Rediscover your past by digitizing your family's memories with LEGACYBOX. Watch until the end of this video to find out more about preserving your legacy, and then visit legacybox.com/recollection. Everyone has their favorite snacks, and nothing is more heartbreaking than having yours discontinued. These beloved treats were ones we grew up with, so we remember the commercials advertising them and even the way they tasted. These are some of our favorite snacks from the past that have vanished from store shelves. Nabisco cheese Tidbits were a popular snack staple back in the 1980s and 1990s. These bite-sized cracker sticks had a satisfyingly cheesy taste and were perfect for snacking. Tidbits were similar to Cheez-Its and Goldfish crackers, which is why they were discontinued in the early 2000s. The stick shape just wasn't enough to keep Tidbits stocked on store shelves. Pizza Spins were a savory snack brought to us by General Mills. These bite-sized crackers were designed to taste like tomatoes, Parmesan, pepper, and other spices typically found in pizza sauce. Introduced in 1968, the miniature pizza-flavored wheels were advertised as something from another planet. After their debut, the snack hung around the supermarket shelves for just shy of a decade, before they were discontinued in 1975. Toastettes were pastries made by Nabisco to compete with Kellogg's Pop-Tarts. Marketed as having Nabisco quality in a toasted pastry, they suggested that the filling was made from the best fruits you could find. It was a pastry only a baker could bake, and topped with a touch of sparkling sugar. Toastettes never did have the same success that Pop-Tarts did, but they did have their fans. In 2002, the sophisticated breakfast pastry, with its flaky crust and sweet filling, was discontinued after another failed attempt to appeal to children. Doodads were a fun snack mix that featured a combination of cheese sticks, pretzels, nuts, and other savory items that rivaled Chex Mix. The snack mix was perfect for parties, and during the 1970s and 1980s, Doodads were a go-to snack from Nabisco. The 1990s was filled with an influx of new snack offerings, so the sales of Doodads began to fall. By the end of the decade, Doodads just couldn't compete and were pulled from the Nabisco lineup. Kudos were made by Mars Incorporated. The chocolate and granola snacks were popular with kids in the 1990s because it was like eating a candy bar for breakfast. Originally available in fudge, peanut butter, and chocolate chip, Kudos would later add new flavors that incorporated popular Mars candies like Dove chocolate and Snickers. By 2017, however, Mars abruptly pulled Kudos off the market and left us wondering why they disappeared. The slogan, "Kudos, I'm yours," was no longer true. High-C Ecto Cooler was a classic fruit drink from the late 1980s that was tied into the Ghostbusters franchise and the release of Ghostbusters 2. The packaging featured everyone's favorite ghost, Slimer, and the citrus-flavored drink was a nostalgic part of growing up for many. But as the Ghostbuster movies became a thing of the past, the Ecto Cooler formula would be renamed as Shoutin' Orange Tangerine. By 2006, the name was changed again to Crazy Citrus Cooler, and then it was discontinued altogether in 2007. Pillsbury Space Food Sticks were a fascinating snack innovation from the 1960s. These snacks were designed as energy sticks for NASA astronauts, which made kids go crazy for them. They came in a variety of flavors, including chocolate and peanut butter, but eventually Pillsbury dropped the word space from the name, and they became just food sticks. The success of Pillsbury food sticks was short-lived though. They were only available until the 1980s, as waning interest led them to be discontinued. Nichols Banana Flips were delicious snack cakes that featured a yummy banana-flavored filling inside a soft cake. These treats were enjoyed by kids dating way back to the 1950s and 1960s. Sometimes they were also called banana dreams, and the banana treat was offered by other companies too. No matter the name, these snacks are much missed by sweet tooths everywhere, as they were slowly dropped by snack cake makers in the early to mid-2000s. Pudding Pops were beloved frozen popsicles that Jell-O sold during the 1980s and 1990s. They had Bill Cosby, everyone's favorite TV dad at the time, starring in commercials, and the creamy pudding frozen on a stick was what all the kids wanted. Although the popsicles were a big success initially, during the 1990s they dropped off, and Jell-O Pops simply weren't profitable anymore. Do you remember Koogle peanut butter spread? It was made by Kraft Foods in 1971, and it came in a variety of flavors, including chocolate, cinnamon, vanilla, and banana. Whether you were spreading it onto some Wonder Bread or eating it straight out of the jar, Koogle was a delicious treat after a long day at school, but unfortunately, it wasn't a big seller, and by 1976, it had disappeared.
Fizzies are
effervescent. Effervescent.
Take a glass of water, watch the magic begin. The second you drop a Fizzies tablet in.
Quirky products seemed to be a thing in the 1960s. Fizzies were little flavored tablets you dropped into a glass of water to make an instant soda, and just watching them dissolve was part of the fun. They came in flavors like lemon lime, orange, and root beer, and for a while, Fizzies were in every kitchen. But competition from new drink options pushed Fizzies out of style by the 1970s. A few small revivals tried to bring them back, but they never lasted, leaving Fizzies as one of those you-had-to-be-there drinks of childhood. If you hung around a school lunchroom in the 1970s or 80s, you probably remember Hostess pudding pies. These were soft, glazed hand pies filled with either chocolate or vanilla pudding, basically a dessert bomb wrapped in a sugary shell. They were messy, sweet, and the perfect end to any lunchbox meal. Hostess eventually phased them out in the 1990s due to poor sales, but they remained a favorite for many. Today, they're one of the most requested Hostess snacks that die-hard fans want to see make a comeback.
We let kids try Minute Maid Fruit Juicy, the new frozen juice treat without the stick.
Minute Maid frozen juicy bars in the triangular pouches were a staple of childhood summers in the 1980s. You tear off the corner and squeeze out a flavored frozen juice mixture, kind of like a softer version of a popsicle. They were refreshing, unique, and memorable mostly because of that odd triangular shape. Over time, Minute Maid moved toward more modern frozen treats on sticks, and these little pouches quietly disappeared. But if you ever had one, you probably remember squeezing every last drop out of the corner. Here's one that many people forget until they see it: Donald Duck orange juice. This frozen concentrate was a household staple for decades, thanks to Disney's partnership with Florida citrus growers. The brightly colored cans featuring Donald Duck were easy to spot in the freezer aisle. As interest in frozen concentrates faded and fresh juice options took over, the Donald Duck brand gradually faded away. What once could be found in every grocery store in America is now only available occasionally in some locations, like dollar stores. Five Alive was a blend of 5 citrus fruits, and it had a bold tropical flavor that made it stand out. It hit U.S. shelves in the 1970s and developed a loyal following among families looking for something different from standard OJ. The drink stuck around for years, especially in Canada, but slowly disappeared from American shelves in the 1990s.
Good old creamy peanut butter's gone. Boppers!
In 1985, General Mills introduced peanut butter Boppers, a candy-like peanut butter snack rolled in crunchy toppings. Flavors like fudge graham and cookie crunch made them feel like dessert disguised as a snack. And for kids in the mid-80s, they were a big deal. But just as quickly as they arrived, they were gone. By the end of the decade, Boppers had disappeared, leaving behind almost no explanation, just memories and copycat recipes online. Remember Crunch Taters? The extra thick, extra crunchy potato chips from Frito-Lay. They came in flavors like Mighty Mesquite Barbecue and Hoppin' Jalapeno. Spicy, bold options that felt ahead of their time. They even made an appearance in the movie Home Alone, giving them a small but memorable pop culture moment. Despite their cult following, Crunch Taters didn't survive past the 1990s, but many fans believe they helped inspire the wave of spicy chips we see today. Recollection Road and LEGACYBOX both believe it's important to preserve the past. If you're like me, there's a box of your family's treasured home movies and photos tucked away somewhere, and LEGACYBOX can help you preserve them digitally. The process is a simple and safe solution for converting your home movies and photos to thumb drive or to the cloud. Just send in your LEGACYBOX filled with old VHS and camcorder tapes, film reels, and pictures, and get back digital copies that can be easily enjoyed, shared, and kept organized. It's that easy. LEGACYBOX is trusted by over 1 million people, and it's all done right here in the USA. Get started preserving your past today. Go to legacybox.com/recollection to get an incredible 55% off. Buy today to take advantage of this exclusive offer and send in your memories when you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/recollection to save 55% while supplies last. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and make sure to check the description of this video for links to pick up a t-shirt. Thank you to our loyal Patreon supporters listed here. Visit patreon.com/recollectionroad to join the club.